Hey gang, Marion here again for day 2 of the Costco's Wine Advent-ure Advent calendar. See right there. We're on day 2. Today we're going to be trying the portrait of a Wallflower Merlot, which is from France. But first, I wanted to get in some other stuff. Specifically, I want to call out Life Is for their great comment yesterday. Thank you so much for your encouragement, and thank you for telling me all the feedback that you gave me. So I wanted to share something with you today. There's some great resources out there to learn how to perceive wine. So one of them is here. This is Kevin Zraly, Windows of the World Complete Wine Course. This is a great book that you can buy on Amazon.com. But I wanted to show you some things specifically from the book. So one of the great things that you can find in this book is a whole list that Kevin has put out called Wine Aromas and Flavors. So you can see that he's got flavors like fruity, floral, caramelized, nutty, vegetal, spicy, mineral, woody, biological, dairy, and chemical. And he kind of calls out different flavors in each item. So you can see here under fruity, which we talked about yesterday, it was fruity. So you got your tropical flavors. So some of those might be like banana, honeydew, mango, pineapple. You got your citrus notes, your tree fruit notes, red fruits, black fruits, and dried. So this is a great place to start when you're trying to look for flavors. Okay. So let's jump right in and we'll go back to Portrait of a Wallflower. This is a Merlot, and if you look right here on the bottom, it says Pays d'Oc, France. So Pays d'Oc is actually not a town. It's an indication geographic protege. So if you look here on the back, that's normally whatever. It means IGP is normally how you would see it. But that's how it's actually written out, IGP. So it's an area, like a growing area or a authorized growing area. Once again, this one does have the QR code, so it will take you to day 2 of the Wine Advent calendar and show you everything. So before we begin, I wanted to tell you guys about Merlot a little bit. If you didn't know, Merlot is the most planted grape in the Bordeaux region of France. So let me show you in the book here again what that looks like. So another great thing about this book here is that they've got all sorts of wine regions laid out right here in the book. So Pays d'Oc is in a region that is called Languedoc-Roussillon, and that's actually going to be down here. So let me see if I can get a better picture for you guys. So you can see that Languedoc is right there at the bottom. It's actually a region that was recently combined with Roussillon, which you can see right there next to it. So right here is Roussillon, there's Languedoc. So they've been actually combined by the country of France. They decided to put them together, I want to say in the early to mid 2000s. So the climate there is, it's right on the Mediterranean. So you're going to have a Mediterranean style climate, which means hot, dry summer, mild winter. The viticulture history in that area dates back to the Roman times, but it's actually really known now for its progressive wine making techniques. So a lot of winemakers from around the world visit that area to see what they're doing and bring back their specific skills for their winemaking operations. Okay, so on the back, they talk about, I'm sorry, not on the back, on the Advent calendar website after you scan the QR code like we talked about. They talk about that this is done in stainless steel and oak, which is really interesting for a red. So when you see stainless steel and oak, number one, you're going to have that velvety feel in the mouth. You're going to have the tannins. But when you blend it with stainless steel, you end up getting those more fruit-forward flavors. So another thing that's really cool in this book that I want to show you, Life is that you can find, the medium body or the light body or the full body wines up here on the top. But if you go to the bottom, you can see the food pairing here on the bottom, which is really cool. So it will tell you, it's eggplant, game bird, green beans, mushrooms, pork chop, taters, roast chicken, sweet potatoes. So this is a great way to also kind of figure out what you can serve with your wine. So once again, I highly recommend, since you like to drink wine and you're new into trying to perceive wine, definitely get this book. It's a great thing to have when you want to pull out and figure out your dinner. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Let's go ahead and get our wine open. Okay. All right, so we talked about, oak. It's done in oak. I do not know if it's new oak or neutral oak. So if you don't know the difference, new oak can only be used 7 times. That's a barrel that can be used 7 times to be considered a new oak. Anything after that, you're going to move into your neutral territory. So the new oak is going to give you more of those velvety flavors, give you more of that oaky, buttery feel in the mouth, where the neutral is not going to give as many flavors. Okay, so we've opened our bottle. Smells delicious. Let's go ahead and give this baby a try. So look at that beautiful color there. And what you can actually do is take a piece of paper and hold it against. Typically, you'll see people go like this and look through the wine because they're looking to see what the color is. A lot of the color can go with the age of the wine. I've seen a lot of red wines, like the older they get, the browner they kind of look. Don't let that hinder you from drinking a great bottle of wine. Wines take different colors depending on what's in them, how they're made, how they're stored. So let's give it a smell here. Oh, wow, that's interesting. So like right off the bat, some really interesting fruity flavors on the nose. It's kind of hard. It's a cranberry almost. It smells delicious. Now remember, your sensation in your nose, it gets used to the smell. So reset, smell your arm, reset. Oh, blast right in the face of new scent right there. So you almost get like this minerally, cranberry, herby, like savory type smell. So let's go ahead and give it a try. That's interesting. A lot of vanilla, right off the bat. A lot of vanilla. A lot of fruit-forward notes. It's interesting. Let's try another sip. Wow. So once again, you get this nice strip of like velvety dryness. Here, you got the fruit-forward pucker, mouth-watering feel. But at the back of the tongue, you get this effervescence like we did yesterday with the Chardonnay that we drank. It's kind of like little tiny fireworks in the back of the tongue. Very interesting wine. And it has a very long-lasting finish. So it's like right there on the tongue, you got like this nice, like sweet, fruit-flavored, I want to say it's like cranberry, but let's look at the book and let's see what kind of flavors we can come up with. Okay, so let's take a look here. So the first thing I want to draw your attention to is the red fruits here. So you do get some like cherry, raspberry, some red currant, definitely. You could even go into like your black fruits. Definitely black cherry. I think that puckery, mouth-watery feel, definitely black cherry, maybe some black currant. Dried fruit, dried fig, definitely get a little bit of that. So for floral, it's kind of hard to tell for me right now, but maybe a little bit of lavender we can pick up, maybe a little bit of jasmine. We could pick up, a little bit of caramel would be a good one, or butterscotch. I think that's a great one. I didn't really get a nutty flavor. A vegetal, definitely you get kind of like an herby, savory type sensation on the wine. I'm going to say it's going to be more in the fresh herbs and not the dried herbs. It's a very, very fresh, once again, like you're sitting in a field and you can pick up those natural growing herbs that are right there. Now the mineral, definitely on the nose for sure. You could pick up maybe a little bit of like river rocks almost, or just some sort of stone, like maybe it was grown in a very rocky environment. So you can kind of, when you close your eyes and you think about this wine, you can definitely see yourself sitting somewhere where there's like rock protruding from the ground. If I were to say like a woody flavor, I would say maybe cedar, maybe, a hint of oak because it is done in an oak barrel. And you could possibly get a little hint of butteriness from the oak barrel itself. So the area that we were talking about, the Pays d'Oc IGP area, Merlot is a very big grape grown there. And in Bordeaux, it's one of the top grapes that's grown there. So you're going to see a lot of that. But it is a very famous wine region, and it's a wine region that pumps out a lot of wine. This is great. This is a great area, and it's a great grape growing area. That Mediterranean climate is perfect for growing grapes because in the summertime it's hot and it's dry, and the grape is the fruit that likes to suffer. They want rain in the spring, they want rain in the fall, not too much in the fall because that can cause rot and mold and diseases. But especially in the spring, get all the water in the spring, and then throughout the summer months, just let them bake in the sun. Let them suffer, withhold water from them, and that's how they thrive. I get a lot of vanilla on here, and that's what I'm perceiving. On the bottle, they're here saying, let's see, full-bodied, yet supple, dark fruit, yet elegant and savory. Its layered mouthfeel and soft, rounded edges are fine testament to the heights of southern France. So that's definitely, it's got an all-over mouthfeel, which is great. Lots of dark fruits. It is very elegant. It's something that you could pair with your pork loin. You could pair with your roast chicken. You could pair with just your cheese platter. You could just drink it on your own. A very, very versatile wine. So, gang, I went back and I was reading, I'll show you what I'm looking at. The wine Advent-ure website. Sorry, it looks pretty distorted on there. But this is the Costco website that, once again, it will take you to when you scan the QR code there. So they're saying, it's dark ruby red. Check. With a fruity nose of dark berries and subtle floral notes. It expresses the dark side of Merlot with dark cherry and plum flavors with a soft, fresh finish past the barbecue. This would definitely be a great barbecue wine. You could definitely serve this with pulled pork or grilled, like barbecued smoked wings. This would be delicious. This would really go well with those wings and some ranch dressing. That high fat content in the ranch dressing and the creaminess of the ranch dressing, I think would pair really nicely with this. And you'd get, I think you'd get some great flavors that popped through with that ranch dressing and like dry rub on those wings. So this is, or Life Is, definitely get that book. I'm going to go over another book in probably a couple of days that I think that you should get, so definitely stay tuned to that. I would love to hear back if any of you who are watching this have the Advent calendar for Costco, this one right here. if you have it and you're drinking along and you're on day 2 as well, I would love to hear your thoughts on this wine. Life is definitely, let me know if you want to see any other resources or if there's anything specifically that you want to know about, because I would love to research it for you and be able to provide you some more information. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining me for day 2. Let's pop out number 2 together. So let's see, we got, where's our number 2? Where's our number 2? Right there. Right there. So let's go ahead and pop out number 2. Another day done. Ooh, there we go. Number 2 is in the bags. We've got 22 more days to go, so please stick with me. We'll talk about a whole lot of other wines, and I really appreciate you guys being here. So take care, and happy holidays, and see you tomorrow. Bye.